Man rearranged his clothing after his girlfriend had practically twisted his shirt about his neck in her insistent attempt to detain him. He then walked into the Khurrana mansion only to get halted on his steps seeing his grandma already waiting for him. Man took deep breath as he hastily ran his hand across his raven hair, settling it back into place as best he could. Savita caught sight of him as she surveyed her grandson and then frowned disappointingly at Man's somewhat ruffled appearance. Judging by his appearance, Savita concluded what must have happened again. Heaving a disapproving sigh, Savita once again scrutinized her handsome but disheveled grandson. If Rajveer Khurrana had looked after his upbringing nicely, then he would not have such a spoiled lifestyle, Savita mused sorely. Rajveer was so engrossed in establishing his business and ruining the businesses of his enemies that he had permitted Man to run wild. There was nothing this carefree boy hadn't attempted since he had returned from New York, finishing his school 4 years earlier. The child came and went as he pleased. Indeed, Man Khurrana was adventurous, a free spirit who insisted upon living life to its fullest, no matter what the consequences. She breezed through the city like a devastating whirlwind, leaving no stone upturned, having numerous affairs, those bitchy girlfriends running around him. Each time Rajveer grumbled that his son had become rebellious and unmanageable, Savita scolded him for not taking a hand in the child's upbringing. Savita realized that he needed a strong-willed woman to curb his wild behavior and to calm his temper. Man Khurrana, the hottest bachelor in Delhi, had a bit of the devil in him. An endless string of young women came to her doorstep, for marriage, if not then just to be his girlfriend. The child was virtually impossible to please. This way I would remain happy, he had declared. He simply refused to take the responsibility yet of marriage. How many times have I told you, Grandma, don't wait for me? He approached her. I have also told you many times, don't waste your life like this. Savita argued yet again, knowing although he won't listen. It is not that what I am doing. Let me enjoy my life, Grandma. I haven't denied you that, just change your ways, son. It's my life, Grandma, let me live it with my own ways, he raised his voice trying to prove his point to his grandma. An argument ensued between grandmother and grandson, again waking up whole household. Rajveer also walked down to witness the daily drama. He sighed heavily and listened his mother again putting condition before his son, I want to see you properly wed before I departed from this world. There was no great rush since you are going nowhere. Man insisted. After that silence spreads in the hall for a while. Then, with finality in his tone, Man announced, I would not marry until I will be ready and I am not ready yet. After that heated exchange, both father-son duos moved away leaving upset Savita behind. She looked at their retreating figure and knew it's her last chance to convince Man into marrying and change him for good. His father also won't help her in this matter, she realized seeing his silence today. So not to miss this golden opportunity, she pretended to yelp in pain holding her chest. She looked from the corner of her eyes, both father and son rushing towards her in fear. Grandma, Mom, both held her from either side as she collapsed in their arms. Grandma, are you all right? Man pats her cheek. Mom, open your eyes please, Rajveer rubs her wrinkled hands. Both were equally frightened. I will call the doctor now. Saying so, Man was about to get up, but just then Savita opened her eyes partially. No, Man. I have no time left, I guess. No, Grandma, don't say like that. Man was pleading. I am sorry, because of me it happened. He was really guilty and feels miserable. I promise, Grandma, I won't bother you henceforth. His eyes moistened for he loved his grandma so much. I promise, Grandma, I will do anything you say, he said in flow of a moment. Really, son? Asked Savita. Yes, Grandma, he nods. Yippee! She got up. Now you are trapped, my son. She had wide smirk on her face while both Raj and Man looked flabbergasted at her. So you were acting all these? Asked Man shocked. Of course, and you have given me the promise to do whatever I wish. She clarified with a childlike enthusiasm. But it was false act, he argued. But your promise wasn't, son. Man sighed, fine. Now, you are going to marry. She declares happily. Not soon, Grandma. He gave her a look. You promised me, she pouted. He rolled his eyes, okay, but I also have one condition. What's that? She frowned, so did Rajveer, curious to listen since Man got ready for the marriage now. The girl will be of my choice, he said. But, Grandma pouted, trying to protest since she knew his choices, those skinny modern girls. You have lost that right, Grandma, now when I am ready to wed. Man reminded her own words. Savita just sighed, nodding him to continued, I will choose the girl who I want to marry. It's been a week from that day, and Grandma had not left a single day even, asking him the same question, have you found a woman who appeals to you? Please say yes and bring this old lady some peace. Today wasn't different. Man drew deep breath, trying to keep patience in front his melodramatic grandma. You should realize that I'm not growing any younger. My old body is decaying so swiftly that I might not be living the next day. My final wish is to see you married. Man's gaze soared toward the ceiling. Heaving a frustrated sigh, he said calmly, Grandma, I hardly think of you as old. Inside the frail body you describe is a vibrant young woman who will undoubtedly outlive us all. No, my son, my heart is in fragile condition that aches to see you happily married, Savita contradicted. I do wish you would greet me with something other than asking about my marriage. Man grumbled, his tone harsher than he'd intended. He was already frustrated on not able to find the girl of his nightmares to teach her lesson of lifetime, on that those nightmares only getting worse day by day. Now he would find peace only when he will be able to find the girl. You are 27 years old, for God's sake. You need a woman to care for you, one who will look after you. You need to be responsible. Your father is too busy counting his money to see to your future, so I am left with no choice but to intervene. Man tried to hold his anger after hearing her. However, his grandmother was right, he couldn't digest ill words against his father. He loved both of them equally. He found nothing wrong in his father's doings. Why would his grandmother have so much grudges against her own son? After his wife's death, he had completely devoted himself to his work, having no regard for anyone but himself. His obsession for making money preoccupied him, and Savita considered it disgraceful that he ignored his son after his wife's death. He had never taken time for anything else, not even for his wife. Nonetheless, Savita constantly belittled his father for neglecting his son, who was sorely in need of guidance. Man had no issues against his father, since his father had given him much-needed freedom to live his own life the way he wanted. Father is a very busy man, he said defensively. And I am quite capable of taking care for myself. And I have no complaints about my life, he added with a careless shrug. Of course you don't. Savita railed. You have been left to run wild and your father has conveniently forgotten that he needs to install some morals in his son. He was married to his business long before he wed your mother. But I will not be satisfied until you find a wife and make your own family. Her strength failed her and she thumped down on the bed. Grandma, please don't stress yourself this much. Man rushed to her, giving her a glass of water. I won't when you promise to listen to me. That I had done, you just need to give me some time, he pleaded. Savita nodded, realizing she was going overboard, She really needs to give him some time. Answer my only prayer, Maan. Find a woman who can fill the emptiness in your life. Seeing his confused look, she added, the world is thick with gold diggers, Maan. I do wish you would be more careful of the company you keep. Maan came on down before her and clasped his grandmother's hand in his own, becoming more concerned hearing her voice getting low. He would never forgive himself if something happens to her because of him. Maan dearly loved the old woman, despite her tendency to pull on the same annoying subject. Does it mean so much to you to see me happily wed? Maan reached up to caress her wrinkled hands with his long fingers. It means everything to me, son, Grandma breathed hoarsely. Then she gave her grandson's hand a weak but loving squeeze. You are all I have left in this world. I want you to marry a woman you respect and admire, one who won't throw you aside for wealth, one who will love you. Maan noticed her eyes getting wet, and he could not bring himself to disappoint his grandma, not when she is feeling weak like this. Maan had grown up like a wild wind. Only his grandmother had attempted to offer him direction. He decided to give his grandma what she wanted, even if it was not in his power to do so. To be continued.